I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. I got a friend who says, you can't see me. If this shit is for free, it's for me. This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv. This isn't just exercise, this is a movement. So move it or lose it. This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Supertraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West. This message is brought to you by howmuchyoubench.net, The Slingshot, and the only freaking strength magazine still in the world, thepowermagazine.com. God damn it. Cleavage. All right. Well, maybe I should start this over. I'm shaking a little bit. I had a lot of caveman coffee this morning. Yes, that is a plug. That is a commercial. Everything that I do is one, buy a motherfucking Slingshot and deal with it. Anyway, we got some questions to get to. I asked a few questions. I should use proper English. Asked is the right word. Asked. Somebody asked a question about how I compare diets of CBL, Carb Night, which is basically a keto style diet, how I compare that to a bodybuilding style diet, such as I'm getting from, my shoulders aren't up to snuff anymore with holding this thing, with this bodybuilding style diet that I'm getting from Amit Sapir. Amit Sapir is a professional bodybuilder as well as an ass-kicking powerlifter who is going to go after the all-time world record in the squat coming up. I believe he held the record for a bit. Somebody broke it. That's what happens in powerlifting. People are breaking records rapidly nowadays. Anyway, the guy wanted to ask the question how I compare the two diets and the differences in performance and both body composition. So first things first, with CBL Carb Night, as recommended by John Kiefer, as I like to call him, is a very high fat diet, very low carbohydrate, standard kind of keto style diet. Carb Night kind of refers to just having one night of carbohydrates, and you have basically 2 meals of carbohydrates. It's the last 2 meals of the day. Normally you have 6 meals in a day. You're supposed to have 6 meals in a day if you're being good out there, if you're paying attention. And by the way, if you're not watching The Power Project, then you are wasting your time. And if you are watching The Power Project, you're also wasting your time. Thanks for joining us. Also know that if you're living, you're on your way to dying. Simple fact. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about here with the keto style diet. So the benefits of a keto style diet is a rapid weight loss. Some people end up also having, unfortunately, rapid drop in energy. They don't feel good, they feel sluggish, they feel tired midway through the day, they feel exhausted, just because it's a shock to the system and it's a little bit different. Some people actually can never really adapt to a low carbohydrate diet. So each person is going to be a little bit different on how they respond to it. So sorry about the camera here, ladies and gentlemen. God damn. Anyway, it's a little windy out here and my shoulder is half dead from bench pressing yesterday with Jesse Burdick. So the differences in terms of body composition would be the rapid weight loss from the keto style diet, whereas the bodybuilding style diet might take a little bit longer to get the body fat to drop because you have the carbohydrates in. Also, while you have the carbohydrates in, normally with most standardized bodybuilding diets, they're going to ask you to do some cardio. So one of the advantages of a keto style diet is typically you don't have to have cardio in there. I'm not saying that that's the main difference between the two, because obviously people are going to recommend different things for different people. But that is a main difference for myself when I've done both of those diets. Keto style diet, I don't bother doing cardio. On a carbohydrate driven diet, I need a little bit of cardio to help accelerate the fat loss. And you know, this brings up another question. People ask me often about the different styles of cardio. And what I would just say is, why not use both styles? Why not embrace all styles that work and disregard, as Bruce Lee once said, disregard things that don't. Utilize stuff that works. If bodybuilding works, then utilize bodybuilding. If powerlifting works, utilize some powerlifting. If keto style diets work, and so on and so forth, find things that work for you and try to stick to them. Let's see, some other differences. Bodybuilding style diet, just to kind of review exactly what that is. A bodybuilding style diet is a diet where you are going low fat, very, very low fat, even for a guy of my size and my stature. The fat to content for the particular day might be all the way down to 80, 70, 60, 50, somewhere in that range, kind of depending on the person, but that's what you see typically. As far as protein content goes, usually about 1.25 pounds or grams of protein per pound of body weight. And with the carbohydrates, that's kind of choo-choo train coming through. Woo, woo! There we go. Thanks a fucking lot, Davis. Jesus Christ on a cross. So yeah, the carbohydrate content is gonna kind of vary depending on the person, but for myself, Amit has me ingesting about 250 grams per day. On the days that I work out, it's about 50 more than that, 70 more than that. And he just kind of recently has mixed things up on me again. Every 3-4 weeks, he's kind of changing things up for me. No matter what style of diet you follow, I'll just tell you this, that it is a great idea. It behooves you. I don't even know what that word means, but I just heard it the other day. It sounds awesome. So it behooves you to get a coach. You know, try to find someone that can guide you through some of this stuff. I have utilized Jesse Burdick for my keto style diets. I've utilized a guy named Ed Koo for my bodybuilding diets in the past. Stan Efferding has helped me many times over. Reach out to some of these people. Now currently Emmett Sapir is helping me. And the reason why I've used different people is because different times, you know, I want to try different things and I want to try different recommendations. I've been doing this for a long time. I started this journey when I was fucking 12. You guys know the story. And I've been at it for a very long time, and it gets to be tedious. And so I like to try new things, mix things up a little bit differently, and rub elbows with a new coach and rub elbows with, you know, some of the best, and learn different things from different people. When it comes to performance, I would have to say that flat out, bar none, a bodybuilding style diet is superior when it comes to performance. The carbohydrates tend to allow you to recover from your workouts a little faster. They replenish you faster. They're in your system a little faster, out of your system a little faster. It's just kind of the nature of a carbohydrate being a faster source of energy that it helps you a lot more betterist with your workouts. Whenever anyone is embarking on a 2-a-day program, which is kind of pretty normal nowadays for some of these CrossFitters and some other people out there that are really taking their fitness seriously. They're doing multiple workouts in a day. When you're doing multiple workouts in a day, you have no choice but to start to eat some carbohydrates, because how are you going to recover from workout number 1 that was in the AM and get yourself to workout number 2, which is in the PM? I'm not saying that the carbohydrates are an absolute necessity, because obviously you can do it without them, but in my opinion it's a little bit more effective to have them in there. When it comes to performance though, I would have to give both diets a thumbs down in terms of overall performance, and in terms of sports nutrition and sports performance and playing a real sport, not just bodybuilding and powerlifting, although bodybuilding takes a tremendous amount of time and effort, and so does powerlifting. I don't want to discredit that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Playing a full game of basketball is a lot different than going in the gym and doing a max effort bench press workout. It's just the two are not related by any means. And also something like MMA, which has a huge requirement of energy, you're going to need a lot of carbohydrates. However, that doesn't really make the bodybuilding style diet great for that either, because the fat content is usually too low. So a diet strictly for performance and strictly leaning towards getting stronger would have both fat and carbohydrates in there, which would not be the most desirable thing for body composition. So that's why a lot of people will consistently change their diet up. They'll move things around a little bit. And that is why, get ready for this, folks, I recommend using both styles of diet because they're both effective, and why not? Why not have periods of time where your fat calories are up a little bit, and your carbs are up a little bit, and your protein's up a little bit. You're trying to gain, you're trying to get your bulk on. For those of you guys that are natty out there, I was natty once too, believe it or not, and it's a real bitch to gain weight without gaining the fat. It gets to be very difficult. But it can be done by manipulating your macronutrients on a consistent basis, switching things up every 3 or 4 weeks, going through periods of time of lower caloric intake and going through periods of time of higher caloric intake. If you teach your body to respond to lower calories all the time, you're probably going to get stuck at some point. If you teach your body to, if you feed your system consistently over and over and over again, and you're sending the right messages and the right signals to your body by training hard and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to get yourself to where you want to be, then it'll be that much easier for you to get there, even if your caloric intake is through the roof. And we've seen that with reverse dieting by guys like by guys on some of the guys on the internet that are doing some of the flexible dieting and things of that nature. They're starting to rev up their caloric intake. Stan Efferding is somebody who says he would like to see more people just increase their exercise rather than reduce their caloric intake right away. So that's the first thing. If you're trying to lose body fat, even if you're a power lifter, even if you want to be the strongest power lifter in the world, but you don't want to look fat, I would just recommend introducing some cardio and utilize both styles of cardio. Why not do both methods? Why not do sprint type cardio, HIIT training, and also do just steady state cardio? Why not do both? Maybe just if you just want to keep the body fat off and you don't want to become more fatterist, maybe only do once a week. Maybe only do once a week of both. Guys are talking shit over here. Maybe only do once a week of both, but if you really want to take things to the next level, you probably need to do about twice a week of both. Right now, currently, I'm doing both forms of cardio. I do about 10 sprints with the prowler sprints, and sometimes I only do 6, sometimes I only do 8, but I try to do about 10 sprints with the prowler. And what I've learned from it is to try to give myself as much rest as possible, because I'm not really after just the pure conditioning side of things. I don't really care if it takes me a little while to get to the next set. What I care about is burning fat, and if I can put a lot into each set, I'll be able to burn a lot of calories anyway. So I'm not trying to make myself puke, although that does kind of feel good to get yourself really winded and get into that second breath and really try to burn the shit out of your lungs. It's kind of a good feeling, believe it or not. And then the other style of cardio, steady state cardio, doing about 30 minutes of cardio on an elliptical piece or something easy, something that's easy to recover from but still helps you burn some calories. Those are all effective ways of introducing some cardio into your workout plan. And hopefully that answers your question about the 2 different diets. You got the keto style diet, and you have the bodybuilding style diet. Again, a keto diet is in the absence of carbohydrates. Fat calories are high, and you're utilizing fat as your source of energy. And when it comes to a bodybuilding style diet, your fat calories are very low, and your carbohydrates are high, and your carbohydrates become your energy source. Both styles of diet, your protein is going to be at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. I think that's it, man. I think that's it for me. This isn't just exercise, this is a movement, and this is the Power Project. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from supertraining.tv.